Cruise news time, and look, I got a pile of it today. Almost too many stories to tease, but let me tease this one. A family, they went all the way to Seattle just to be denied the ability to go on their family cruise. What happened? Cruise news. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates. Well, happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, the 7th of September, 2021, and I am 5 days away from doing this very journey I teased in the intro, going from Tampa, Florida to Seattle, Washington, to board a cruise ship and go to Alaska. I've never been there. What should I expect? I've said it before, like, am I going to be bored? Everybody's like, you're going to be wowed with nature. And certainly I can get in that headspace. Is that the headspace I need to get in? Am I looking to be wowed by nature, or what? We'll know soon enough. But have you been to Alaska? What's something I should be on the lookout for? Leave a comment below. But yeah, a pile of cruise news. Let's start with some exciting new cruising coming to the United States of America. Finally, the U.S. is going to get our crack at the Virgin Voyages. The Scarlet Lady is leaving her summer sailings behind, her summer romance with the UK, leaving Portsmouth in the UK and making her way to New York City. New York City? Yep, New York City to begin her love affair with the United States. How about that? In her time in the UK, Scarlet Lady been busy servicing 8,000 passengers, and one of those passengers is our friend Emma Cruises. She did a really, she's been on there twice, and what I like about Emma is she went there the first time, she had some things to say, and then she went there the second time, and she noticed some changes. And so shout out to Emma Cruises. Make sure you check out her Virgin Voyages video. I'll leave that linked in the pinned comment. I mean, watch all of this video first. We love Emma, but don't cut my watch time short just to watch Emma, please. But watch Emma's video after this video. How about that? I'll leave it at the end. How about that? Yeah, so click one of the cards at the end. So yes, the 2,800 passenger first cruise ship from Virgin Voyages, the Scarlet Lady, making her way across the Atlantic to New York, and then eventually she'll come down here to Florida to do some fall sailings from the Sunshine State. Maybe we'll get on Virgin Voyages. I want to check it out. That's exciting. But the Scarlet Lady's not the only cruise ship that's getting back into the action. We've got the fourth cruise ship coming online from Norwegian Cruise Line. This time it's the Norwegian Epic, resuming sailings for the first time since the shutdown, taking off from Barcelona, Spain. She left on her first cruise with paying passengers on September the 5th, doing a 7-day cruise around spots there in the Mediterranean. Look, I know you guys like to make fun of me when I can't say words that I don't know, so let's try to read it. They're going to, we've got Portugal in Livorno, Italy. Cicciavecchia. I need to get hooked on phonics. I was hooked on the phonics in the 80s and I had to go to rehab. Naples, Italy. That's a dad joke. Cagliari, Sardinia, and Palma de Mallorca. I just need to go to Europe and spend some time in these cities and then I'll be able to say it. But the story is this: the Norwegian Epic back on the high seas with paying passengers around the Mediterranean. Another positive step in the cruise restart. Congratulations, Norwegian. All right, so we've talked a little Virgin Voyages, we've talked Norwegian. Let's talk about the Carnival Glory. Now, you know the challenges with the Carnival Glory. She was supposed to start sailing on September the 5th out of New Orleans, but the challenge with New Orleans is Hurricane Ida. Knocked out power, messed up the channel, but the channel is open and the Carnival Glory has made its way to New Orleans for the first time since the shutdown. But because of the challenges in New Orleans, they may stay there and help do stuff like house workers, those kind of things. Spokesman for Carnival did not confirm that they would actually be doing that, but that is an option for that cruise ship. Tentatively, the Carnival Glory is set to cruise from New Orleans on the 12th of September. Carnival sent out emails to their guests that are on that cruise saying you can move that cruise, you can go over to Galveston and cruise on the 12th out of Galveston, but they haven't canceled it yet, so it still could happen. And then we mentioned in the show the other day that the Bahamas Paradise cruise ship, the Grand Classica, they won a charter, they won a contract to be chartered by the city or the energy company there in Louisiana, in New Orleans, to do that very thing, to house workers, to assist in the restart of New Orleans, as it were, trying to get power back on and all that. I'm curious, are you scheduled for the Carnival Glory out of New Orleans on the 12th of September? Anything since this update? Have you been canceled? Are you moving your cruise to Galveston? Are you moving your cruise somewhere else? Let me know in the comments. We still have to talk about the family whose Alaska cruise was ruined by the mom. It's the mom's fault. I'm just kidding. It's nobody's fault, but we still have to talk about why they didn't go on their Alaska cruise. And then I want to talk a little bit about cruise directors. There's a new list of cruise directors out for Carnival, and it really opens up an interesting conversation. Before I get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Look, we're in the last 100 to get to 120,000 subscribers. You could be in that number. We got big goals. We got big goals. I'm trying to chase my friend Don Terrace down now. I love Don. Don knows that I love him. But yeah, I keep a little list of who's next in the subscriber count. And tragically, I'm trying to chase down Don. And I think he's trying to stay ahead of me. I don't think it's any secret. But here we go. Help me beat Don. Let's make it a USA versus Canada thing. Where are my Patriots at? I'm just kidding. Let's not get too hyper about that. But it would be nice, right? All right. Look, USA, it's like the Olympics. With the UK, our friend Gary Bembridge, we don't know Gary very well, but I like Gary, and we're cordial to each other, and I hope that we build a friendship someday, like Don and I have. And then Don, you know, Don's a friend, but Gary's the UK, Don's Canada, and we're USA. USA's in third place. Where's my Patriots? I'm just kidding, man. It's Tuesday. We're having a good time. Live show tonight, 9 p.m. All right. Enough of that. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Thank you in advance. Cruise directors, do you care? Do you care at all about the cruise director? I've said it many times that in the cruise director game, Carnival does it best when it comes to using the cruise director to be the master of ceremonies, the master of fun, to bring the fun on a cruise ship. If you want to go somewhere and have a really involved cruise director, that is Carnival Cruise Line. Now, I've had a lot of other great cruise directors on other cruise lines, but they don't seem to serve the same role as the cruise directors on Carnival. I think anybody that's cruised a lot knows what I'm talking about. Do you care? Do you want that person that's out there cheerleading the fun, leading the parades, bringing it all together, or do you not care? I'm just going to say not care a lot. That's an interesting conversation. We don't have to say much more about it, but I'll leave that in the comments below. But there's some announcements on the cruise directors, and if you're one of those people that love the cruise directors on Carnival, maybe these announcements will mean something to you, and it is cruise news. Leon Smith will be on the Carnival Glory from New Orleans. Marty Pitts on the Carnival Valor from New Orleans. Frankie Portera, the Carnival Pride out of Baltimore. Leah Zarub, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, Carnival Legend from Baltimore. Dion Williams, Carnival Dream from Galveston. TJ Partita from on the Carnival Freedom out of Miami. And then Paulie Monholen on the Carnival Elation from Port Canaveral. I've never had any of these cruise directors on Carnival. Do you know them? Do you love them? Doesn't matter. Leave a comment below. All right, the big story. The big story. Family cruise ruined by COVID. Imagine that. There's a family from Louisville, Kentucky, the Woodridge family. They planned their Alaska cruise for 3 years. And of course, because of COVID, they weren't able to go. It got delayed. It got rescheduled. And finally, at the end of August, just a few days ago, they made their way to Seattle, Washington to get on a Norwegian cruise ship. Norwegian's important to this story, and it goes back to this conversation we were having about testing. Good conversation yesterday about protocols. This is my takeaway after 24 hours and sitting in yesterday's comments and yesterday's show and reading everything. I think it's kind of settled. I think, I don't know how much more restrictive cruising can get right now. And so I think we're there, which gives me a little bit of a peace of mind. At least, here's the thing. Here's my challenge. In the UK, they started out pretty restrictive, and it's not been a hassle. Like, everybody knows what the deal is, which is good. But here, we started out super unrestricted, and then we got a little more restricted, and then we got even more restricted. And nobody likes the change, and it's the chaos of change. And people are like, man, I was feeling pretty good about cruising, but now it stinks because I got They should have just started at level DEFCON 4. War games, you guys see that? They should have just started at DEFCON 4, and then it wouldn't have been. So now at least we can get used to this more restrictive cruising and decide whether or not we like it. I'll be going and seeing if I like it or not on my Alaska cruise, because it's testing and distancing and masking and all those things I talked about in yesterday's show. But interestingly, part of that testing conversation was, do you test before you go on your cruise or do you test at the port? Norwegian Cruise Line providing a test at the port. And this is where it got a little challenging for the Woolridge family from Louisville, Kentucky. Family of 4, a mommy, a daddy, 2 sons. They all go to Seattle. They're getting ready to get on the Encore. They all have to take a COVID test, and 3 of the 4 are negative, and 1 of the tests is positive. And it's Mama Jenny. And of course, the family's not mad at Mama Jenny. Just reading the story, like, you know, your way your mind works, I was like, man, would I be mad? If it was my mom, would I be like, dang, man, what did you do? Why? But Mama Jenny tested positive for COVID, and so instead of getting on that cruise ship, the Norwegian Encore, and going on the inside passage up to Alaska, they all went to quarantine in a hotel in Seattle. And that's what they're doing for their family vacation. The big 3-year planned Alaska vacation now ends up playing Uno in quarantine. They're in good spirits. They have to stay there until they test negative or until a 10-day quarantine ends. And yeah, that's cruising right now. It's nobody's fault. You know, no shade on Mama Jenny, but you know, it really does reinforce this idea that I really want my test result before I get on the plane to go to Seattle on Saturday, because I would hate to get all the way to Seattle and then all of a sudden be positive and having to quarantine there. So Norwegian, of course, giving their money back and all that kind of thing, they will be able to cruise again. They didn't lose out. Hopefully they had insurance to cover this quarantine period. A lot of things coming out of that story. Maybe test before you go to the cruise port. Make sure that you have cruise insurance, and just realize that cruising in 2021 could be a little bit of challenge. Boom, that's your cruise news. What do you think? Are you excited about Virgin Voyages coming to the U.S.? I kind of am. Cruise directors, do you love them? What's the takeaway from this Alaska story? Will Carnival Glory? There's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot. I would love to hear your input. Leave a comment below. Let's continue the conversation. Thank you so much for checking out the show today. Please show your support by hitting the like button, or you're going to realize 14 steps later that you didn't line up your Lego brick the way it should, and now your model's not coming together. You got to undo all 4. That's that Lego life. Shout out to Leg Life up there in Alaska. That'd be cool if I got. This is Tony with Lido, Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.